Suddenly you have came across a very good blog, and as a businessman you are thinking, should I also start working on a blog, or should I hire a team of professionals who would be able to write blog for my business? So the prime question here is, should you consider blogging for your business? In the initial years, blogs were just acting as an online diary. But today, you name it, companies, whether they are big or small, are making use of blogs to connect with their various types of stakeholders. Blogs are being used to tell business stories, connect with customers. Companies are using blogs to connect with media and also with other influencers. The basic idea is to create a unique image of the business. Before diving into this world of blogging, you should keep in mind that blogging is not easy and requires some serious writing skills. It also needs creativity and commitment, not only in terms of money but time and energy also. Before diving into blogging, you need to understand that in the world of blogging, a blog writer needs to think from the perspective of a publisher. One needs to create content like a producer, and one should endorse content in a way that showcases a solution to a problem. That is, your content should help others. Don't try to sell products, but try to offer solutions to different problems. It is really not possible for one person to manage the complete blogging exercise of a business. It needs a team, and creating the right team of individuals is the key to be successful in the world of blogging. One needs to think more like a publisher. One needs to be empathetic and needs to understand the perspective of customers, that what customers want from us. As a team, a business needs to decide what kind of content its customers look for and what is its customers' perception about the business. In order to understand the target audience perception, maybe a business would have to indulge into research to find the answers. Like maybe the company would have to conduct focus groups in order to understand the perceptions of the customers or need of the customers or perspective of the customers towards the company. A blog should always provide content based on the target audience needs and their characteristics. It should entertain the people who are reading your blog. It should inform them. See, you should never use your blog to push your sales. One needs to keep the marketer mindset away and needs to think from a publisher mindset while doing business blogging. Think of your blog as a place where customers or your potential target audience would come to get news about the latest happenings in your company, which you could present in a voice which could be funny or which could be authoritative. It depends upon the writing tone which is used. The idea is to create a brand personality and a perspective for your readers. Readers should feel excited to read your content, and over a period of time, you would find that the customer loyalty is enhancing and there is an increased customer attention towards the information shared by your company. Now, the question comes on to selection of a blog platform depending upon the business needs. There are multiple options available in the market like Blogger, Weebly, WordPress, Wix, and Squarespace. There are many more. Blogger is one of the most popular and most easy to use and easy to set up blogging platform available in the market. Other than that, there is WordPress, which is known for its robustness of content management system. See, there are tons of other options available in the market, just like Weebly, Wix, and Squarespace. The point is to choose a blog platform that works for your business. See, Weebly, Wix, or WordPress offer free and paid, both of these versions. Squarespace, on the other side, is only paid. But whether it is Squarespace, Wix, Weebly, all these offer a very simple visual drag and drop interface for creation of a blog. So it is up to the need of the business that what kind of platform you would be selecting. I would be discussing with you how to use Blogger. This is Blogger. You can log in into Blogger using this sign in button or simply clicking on create your blog. Once you'll click on this create your blog, you would be showcased your different Gmail accounts already on your system, and you can select one amongst those, or you can just punch in your Gmail username and password to log in into it. If you would be logging in for the very first time into the Blogger, so it is going to ask you for your blogger profile's display name. You can write your name over here, like I'll write Rahul, and I'll click on continue to Blogger. Once I would be reaching to this particular landing page, I would be clicking on this left side on this button called create blog. This is self-explaining and I have just clicked over it. Once I would be clicking over this button, I would be finding this pop-up window where Blogger is asking me about the title of the blog and the address that I want to use as a subdomain of Blogger or Blogspot. Suppose I want to give the title as Rahul Bakers, and I'm giving the address as RAHULBAKERSINDIA Rahul Bakers India. By default it is telling me .blogspot.com. Let me click over it and let us wait. This blog address is available and this would become my URL. My URL. If somebody would be interested into reading my blog, they would be simply writing in their web browser rahulbakersindia.blogspot.com and they would be able to read my blog. After this, the next step is to choose a theme of your liking. There are multiple themes available over here and you can use the slider to search your preferred theme. Randomly, I'll choose this theme, which is simple theme, and I'll click on create blog. See, I'm finding a message over here. Rahul Bakers was created successfully and I have been taken into the blog. Now, in order to see what this empty blog looks like, I would again go to this left side, and on this left side there is view your blog. If I would click over here, I am being taken to the live version of the blog, and see the name that I had title that I had given to the blog is appearing over here. Otherwise blog is completely empty. Now in order to create a post on my blog, I would simply click over post, this button over here, and I'll find this empty page just with a plus sign at the right bottom end. Once I'll click over it, a new page would appear on which you will find there are very simple options of bold, italic, underline and different text and text coloring related options and justification or bullets or links. I can add images or videos, or I can insert a table also as per my liking. So I would be giving the title of my blog post over here. Suppose I have given the title of the post as cake types, and over here I'll write about different type of cake types. I would be showcasing different pictures of the cakes that Rahul Bakers manufacture, or I can also put in videos of how a cake is being prepared at Rahul Bakery. I would be giving all these things in this content section, and after that I would be clicking on this arrow button which is for publish. If I would click on publish, before that let me write something over here. This is the content part. And if I'll click on publish, it is asking me whether I want to publish it. So I'll confirm, and post has been published. I can simply go to my blog again and I would be able to find this post. Now, right now, there is only one page in this blog. If I want to create categories, that there is this home page where it is about cakes and other one is about cookies. So how to do that? I would be clicking upon pages on the left side. Then again, I'll click on this plus button at the bottom right end. After clicking on this plus button, a new page would appear and I would be giving the title of this page. Suppose it is biscuits. Biscuits. So on this page, I would be publishing different content related to biscuits. So let me publish this page. I'll confirm it. So I want two pages in my blog, one related to biscuits and the other one as the home page where I would be just writing about cakes. So there's a specific category of biscuits. Now, if I would publish my blog, I would not be able to see this biscuits page into it. So how to make this page visible now? For doing so, I need to go into the layout section of my blog. Once I would be clicking on the layout section, I would be scrolling down a bit and there are these different options where I want to add a gadget. Suppose at the cross column I want to add my pages gadget. So I'll click on add a gadget and I'll scroll down in it in these different gadgets to find a gadget by the name of pages. I'll click on this plus sign in front of it and I'll see there are two pages now. There is home and biscuits. Rather this home, I want to change the name to cakes. I've selected both of these links. Now I'll click on save. Once it is saved, now let me just refresh my blog. Once it is refreshed, you'll find now there are two different categories related to cakes and related to biscuits. Now you can, if I would click over biscuits, it is currently empty, whereas in cakes I have changed the name of the home page, so I had put this cake types or something, so that content is there. You can add more categories also as per your liking, but one suggestion is that categories should always be on a lower side so that people should not get confused with the kind of content you upload. Just explore more about this blogger and you would find it to be a very easy platform to use. Now, once you have learned how you can create a blog over Blogger, now we need to understand this thing that blog content should be such that it attracts and engages with your customers. Only those blog posts will appear in the search results on a search engine which are well organized and are having meaningful content which people find useful to spend time with, and they also like to share such content. A business needs to trace out what customers are looking for and then should create blog posts around that. Take an example of this blog post. Suppose a blog has been written by a business related to the new products which would be launched by it. It is given in the heading new products to be launched by some company. But now if somebody would read or go through the blog or the post which is made in this blog, there is no mention of any of the new products. Rather, this article is more or less about the hard sell of the company's products. So a writer should not write those things or topics in the headlines which are not covered in the post. This way, you'll develop dislike in the mind of the people who are your target audience for your posts. Think of Kapil Sharma show in India. It is one of the most viewed television shows in the country. And the reason is the content quality. The conveyance and timing of jokes in this show play a big role. The same is true for your blog. You may have amazing content, but you need to deliver it to your audience at a time when they want to engage with it. So, a proper content schedule is required, which is to be created maybe on weekly basis or on monthly basis. But it needs to be very clear that when something is to be presented in front of the target audience. Once you have planted the seeds of a blog, now the most important thing is how to make this seed grow into a tree with multiple branches, signifying the number of readers. So, one of the ways in which a large number of audience can be brought for reading your blog is with the help of your staff or employees of the company. Staff or employees of the company can share the links of the blog and can both spread the word and also get motivated to take part in the discussion related to their company. Paid promotions of the blog can also be performed in the initial stages of starting the blog. Other influencers can also be requested to promote your company blog based on personal relations or maybe for certain payments in the initial years of the company's starting of this blog. There is no standard or no one size fits all type of measurement to your blogging effort. If you are able to achieve your business objective with which you initiated the blogging, then it is effective or useful. Or you can make use of web analytical tools like Google Analytics to measure the number of users that visit your blog or how much time they are spending on your blog. You can also look at where your traffic is coming from. If it is coming from the geographical location that you wanted to target, then your strategy has worked. This is all about blogging. If you have liked this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you.